Hello and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Noel. I am from the marketing team and would like to welcome you all on behalf of DVCOM and DrayTek. And I am also delighted to be your host for this afternoon. Today we have Mr. Cheshu, who is one of our DrayTek expert, and he will introduce the latest router, Vigor2866ax from DrayTek. Whether you are a seasoned professional or just starting out in this field, I'm confident that you will find today's discussion both informative and engaging. So before I hand over to Mr. Cheshu, I would like to give a brief introduction about DVCOM. DVCOM is a specialist value-added distributor in the Middle East, representing some of the most dynamic vendors in the industry. So over here, we offer services and solutions, particularly in the areas of unified communications, networking, cloud, digital security, physical security, audio, visual conferencing, and interactive display. Our goal is to provide our customers with the best-in-class technology solutions and services which will help to meet their specific needs and achieve their business goals as well. We also want to hear from you, our audience, so please feel free to ask questions or share your comments throughout the webinar. So we will do our best to address as many of them as possible during the Q&A session at the end of the presentation. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the webinar. Let's get started. Over to you, Mr. Cheshu.
Thank you, Noel. Good morning, everyone. Please confirm, guys, that you are able to hear my voice or not. Is it okay, everyone? Yeah, you can just raise your hand so that I can understand that everybody is getting my voice. All right. Thank you, guys. So before I just want to start the webinar, I just want to give you some brief overview, guys. At the end of this webinar, if you have any questions, I'm going to answer it. You have a Q&A session is there so that you can type it there. And at the end of this webinar, I'm going to answer it all your questions. And today our main topic is that it's a technical discussion on DrayTek Vigor2866ax router. So we are going to see about the complete information about 2866ax. So let's go and start now. So the agenda for this webinar is overview on DrayTek. So most of the people, I believe you guys know about the DrayTek, but since if you are new to the DrayTek, then I just want to give you a brief overview what exactly the DrayTek does and what type of products they are going to manufacture, so that we are going to see that. Just I'll give you some brief overview. Then after that, we will go through Vigor2866. Then I just want to explain to you what is the purpose of 2866 and how many interfaces it has and what is the purpose of that, what are the key features that it's going to support, how it's going to helpful for you, and who is the target customers for this 2866. So these things we are going to discuss about. Then after that, I will talk about the key features, which are what are the possibilities and what are the features which is going to support and how it's going to helpful for your customer to grow their business into the next level. And finally, I'm going to show it to the demo. And by the way, recently we have uploaded a couple of videos which is related to the 2866. So you can just go through our YouTube channel. In case if you don't subscribe, you can subscribe our YouTube channel and you will get a complete idea about 2866ax. And at the end, I'm going to take the Q&A so that meanwhile, if you get any questions and you just type it in the Q&A session so that I'm going to answer it at the end of this session. So let's move back to the first one is overview on DrayTek. So basically, DrayTek is a network equipment manufacturer. So basically the DrayTek, what they are going to do, they are going to manufacture the network equipments like routers, switches, and wireless access points. And this company was founded in 1997. So it's very long history is there, guys, for DrayTek especially. So mainly if any network which is going to start, initially we are going to start with the switches. Then after that, we'll go with the routers. Then after that, we'll go with wireless access points. So if you go with any network, either it's a small and medium business or enterprise network, we are going to start with the switching. Then after that, routing. Then after that, we'll go with wireless. So the DrayTek have a best solutions for switches, routers, and wireless access points. So mainly, the DrayTek is a network equipment manufacturer. So if you see here, in DrayTek, there is a different kind of routers. The first one is that VPN routers. So as you know that the VPN routers is nothing but if your customer is having multiple locations. Let's say I have an office in Dubai, and I have one more office in Sharjah, and I have one more office in Abu Dhabi. So if you want to make a communication between these offices, then we require a VPN. So especially DrayTek is very strong for VPN connectivity, so that you can configure LAN to LAN VPN, or if you want to configure remote dial-in VPN. So the remote dial-in VPN is nothing but if the user is sitting at home and he want to access the resource from our head office, then he can able to access it through remote dial-in VPN. So in DrayTek, we are going to support multiple VPNs, so which can help you to access your resources directly from anywhere in the world. So that's the beauty of that. So we are going to support IPsec VPN tunnels. We are going to support SSL, L2TP, PPTP. So we are going to support even OpenVPN. We are going to support all type of VPN. You can able to configure it in the DrayTek. And good thing is that DrayTek is very, very strong in the VPN. And within fraction of seconds, you can configure the VPN tunnels without any issues. The next one is that load balancing. So load balancing is nothing but if you have a multiple internet connections, especially some of your customers, because of business priority, they are going to take multiple internet connections. So if you are going to take a single connection, maybe if that connection is down, then they are going to lose the business opportunities. So due to this, customer, what is going to do? He is going to take 2 internet connections. But again, most of the places, if you see that, only one connection will be the active, other connection will be the standby. But what is the purpose to pay for the service provider for the 2 connections? So in DrayTek scenario, the 2 connections, you can able to do the load balance between them, so that some of the sessions, it will pass through your one of the connection, and other sessions it's going to pass through another connection. So that's the beauty of that. So basically, we are going to support IP based, and we are going to support session based. So the session based, it will make you to your DrayTek router is going to aggregate both internet connections. It's going to act as a single internet connections. So that's the beauty of that. So most of the customers, if you go with other vendors, the drawback is that to achieve this load balancing, you need to configure a lot of configurations, like you need to configure IP SLAs, and you need to monitor one of the internet traffic. Whenever the internet traffic is down, then you're forwarding to other internet traffic. So this is actually, like tricky. Whenever you are going to configure the load balance in other vendors, it's very tricky. But whereas in DrayTek, by default, all your internet connections belongs to a single load balancing pool, so that whenever one connection is down, automatically other connection is going to take care of it. So even as a customer, he never noticed that there is internet is down. So that's the beauty of that. Then after that, we have LTE routers. So the LTE routers is nothing but you can insert your SIM card, either 3G or 4G that we are going to support, and you can directly access your internet. So some particular remote locations and all, we are not able to pull the cables. So where there you cannot able to pull the cable, in that area, we can use the LTE routers. So in DrayTek, we have a very good LTE routers and very stable routers. You can just take your SIM card and connect it. Then after that, you can give internet access to your employees. Then after that, we have a fiber routers. As you know that the fiber routers you can connect directly to the fiber, and you will get the huge bandwidth. Then after that, we have access points. So the access points, we have indoor as well as outdoor access points. So if you have a requirement for indoor access points, we have access points, and which can support Wi-Fi 6, the latest technology which is going to support. And if you have a requirement for outdoor access point, yes, we have outdoor access points as well. And one more interesting thing is that we have access points which can support standalone, which means each and every access point you can configure individually. That is called standalone. And you can able to manage every access point through controller. So here the controller is nothing but your DrayTek Vigor router is going to act as a controller for your all access points. And also recently we have launched one more, is that AP-based APM. So which means through your one of the access point is going to act as a controller for remaining access points. So that's the beauty of that. So based on your requirement, you can choose any one of the solution. And good thing is that if you take a DrayTek router and along with the DrayTek access points, you can able to manage all these access points from your DrayTek router. From single dashboard, you can manage all the access points. So that's the beauty of your DrayTek access points. And also if you want to manage from cloud, we have ACS services there, which is access control server. So you can manage all your DrayTek devices like DrayTek routers, DrayTek switches, and DrayTek access points. Everything you can manage from the cloud, so that you don't require at the on-premises. You can sit at anywhere in the world and you can access your device. And as per your company requirement, you can just configure it at anywhere. So you don't need to present at the customer location. That's what I'm trying to say. So for example, if you have a customer and he has multiple locations, so that you can able to manage all their network from the single dashboard. So that's what you can achieve it. And after that, we have a managed switches. So we have a PoE and non-PoE switches, and especially these switches is going to comes with 10 gig uplink, guys. That's the beauty of that. And again, in the DrayTek, we have a layer 2 and layer 2 plus switches. So the layer 2 is nothing but it's going to do all the switching, and layer 2 plus is nothing but it does the switching as well as routing. So that if you want to do a basic routing like static routing and all, you can able to do it in DrayTek directly in the DrayTek switches. And also, if you want to configure the DHCP, you can configure it as well. So that's the beauty of that. If the customer is having like a SMB segment, so if they have a multiple IDF rooms and MDF room, and you can terminate the 10 gig uplink between IDF to MDF, then after that you can connect directly to the 10 gig uplink. And if you want to configure a VLANs, or if you want to configure a port mirroring, or if you want to do a spanning tree, whatever things, if you want to do it, you can do it from the DrayTek switches, guys. That's the beauty of that. So most of the switches, if you go with the layer 2 plus switches, you can configure the DHCP pool, and you can enable the routing between the VLANs. In case if you want to configure the access control list and all, you can do it as well. And the next one is that we have a Vigor ACS. So Vigor ACS is nothing but which is access control server. So in case if you want to do a cloud-based centralized management system, you can do it as well. Let's say one of your customer, he has a routers, switches, and access points, which is DrayTek, and they want to manage from the single dashboard from anywhere in the world. So simply you can take the subscription for Vigor ACS and you can manage it. Then after that, there is a Vigor Connect. So the Vigor Connect is nothing but if the customer don't like to go for the cloud-based, then you can go with on-premises. So on-premises is nothing but you can take one of your computer, just you can install that Vigor Connect software. From there, you can manage up to 100 devices, either DrayTek switches or routers or access points. So this is the overall portfolio for the DrayTek, guys. So in case if you are new to the DrayTek, so this is what exactly we have it. And make sure that whenever you are going to talk to your customers, try to understand what their requirement, and based on that you can choose. And especially the DrayTek, we are going to focus it on SMB and SME customers. So small and medium business and small and medium enterprise. And again, in the routers, we have a multiple routers are there, guys. And some of the routers which is going to support even the DSL connection. And especially in Dubai, mostly we are going with the broadband, right? Either your service provider is going to provide to PPPoE connection or DHCP connection or static connection. So mostly we are going to use the broadband connection. But whereas in other countries, still some people, they are going to use the DSL connection. So we have a routers, which is the backward compatibility as well. So that DrayTek has a complete portfolio, guys. So the routers, we have a multiple models are there. According to your requirement, you can choose which router is the best for you. And similarly, what features the customer is looking for, you can choose it. But in case if you have a question that where I can get this information and all, I just want to show it to you guys. You can see here. I hope you guys are seeing my screen. Yeah, I just want to open the browser, then I'll show it to you now. So I hope you guys are able to see it. Yeah. So just it's very simple and straightforward, guys. You can just go to the www.draytek.com. Then after that, you can see the products. When you just go to the products, you can able to see the routers, access points, and switches. And one more interesting thing is that in case if you want to download a firmware or something, you just go to the support and click on the downloads. So after that, you can see here, there is the latest firmwares are there. In case if you want to download the old firmwares, just go to the DrayTek FTP site, click on that, and you can able to see here, all the firmwares are available, guys. So you can choose what is the model that you are using, either router or switch or access point. Then after that, you just go inside and you can see the old firmwares. So in case if you want to download the latest firmware, you just go to the support and click on the latest firmware. Then you can able to see here all your latest firmwares, guys. So that's the beauty of that. So especially to download the software, you don't require any contract. You don't require any kind of policy with the DrayTek. You can just go and directly download it. That's the beauty of that. In case if you want to download your smart VPN client, you can just click on that and you can download it. So especially the smart VPN client, we are going to use it for remote dial-in. So your customers, if they want to access the resources from their home, so simply you can install this smart VPN client into their laptop or mobile phone. Then after that, you can create one username and password so that they can able to access from anywhere. So in case if you want to download the manuals, so you just want to know especially the specifications, the manuals, you can directly download from here. And one more interesting thing, DrayTek has a huge knowledge base, guys. If you go here and you can see there is a lot of knowledge base documents are there on every topic. So whatever topic, if you have a question, you can just go and click on that. So in case, for example, I just want to know the WAN or I want to know the VPN, just click on that and you can able to see a lot of documents, guys. So that, you no need to ask anyone that how to do this. Just you can go through these documents and just click on that link. It's very straightforward and everybody can understand very easy. So that it's, straightforward it actually. So that everybody can download in case if you don't know how to configure the WireGuard VPN, maybe it's a new for you. Just click on that and you can see the step-by-step approach, how to configure the WireGuard VPN on the DrayTek routers. See here, so that you can able to see the complete information. So I'll back again to the DrayTek routers, guys. Now, if you go here, for example, 2866, and you can see here, they are going to give you the complete specifications because in upcoming slides, I'm going to talk about the 2866 more and more. And you can see here, in case if you want to know, if you are a first time and you are getting confused which routers are there in the DrayTek portfolio. So simply you can just go to the DrayTek website and click on the products and you can just choose. For example, I want to know which routers are going to support load balancing. So just click on the load balancing routers. Then after that, you can see here, we have a 2927, we have a 2927 LTE, and we have a dual WAN load balancing routers that is for medium size segment like 2962. And we have a medium size networks. Then we are going to use the 3910. So these are the routers that you are going to use. Just a minute, guys. There is some echo is coming. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. There is echo is there. That's why I just asked my colleague to stop. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. So these are the routers which is totally available for you guys. And this is the fast moving router, which is 3910. And you can able to terminate up to 8 internet connections directly. You can terminate. It has a fiber ports as well. It can support 10 gig. So that's the beauty of that. So in case if you want to know more about, just you can go and see the data sheet so that you'll get a complete idea. And similarly, we have a switches, guys. So let's go and click on all switches. And you can see here, we have a layer 2 and layer 2 plus switches. So as I told you, the layer 2 is nothing but it does switching. Layer 2 plus is nothing but it does switching as well as routing. And one more interesting thing, guys, recently we have launched, which is PQ2200XP, which is multi-gig switches, guys. If you see here, it has a 16 port PoE, PoE plus and PoE plus plus. So basically, guys, this switch, it supports PoE and PoE plus as well as PoE plus plus. But this PoE plus plus is nothing but up to 4 ports out of 16 ports. 4 ports are going to support PoE plus plus. And all these ports are 2.5 Gbps, guys. That's the beauty of that. Let's say one of your customer he is planning to go with Wi-Fi 6 access points and he is expecting higher bandwidth and throughput, then make sure that you have to use the multi-gig switches. In case if you are going to connect 1 gig switch, then you are not going to get that much bandwidth and throughput, guys. So that's why DrayTek has released this switch, and this is a layer 2 plus switch, and also it has a 4 10 gig fiber ports are there. If you see here, there is a 4 10 gig ports also there. And also we have one more switch, we can PQ2121X. This is also, it is having a multi-gig ports. So based on your requirement, you can choose it, guys. That's the beauty of that. And most of the switches, it comes with the 10 gig fiber so that you can able to use it for the uplinking purpose between MDF and IDF room. Or else if you want to connect a server which can support 10 gig servers, you can connect it directly. And we have a 48 port and these are the 1 gig ports, guys. And like this, we have a lot of switches are there. And based on your requirement, you can choose and you can select as per the customer requirement and you can proceed for it. So that's the beauty of that. And again, if you go with access points, let's move on to the access points. So we have a access points which can support the Wi-Fi 6 technology, which is the latest technology, guys. So you can see here the maximum data rate is 1.8 Gbps. And if you take 906, which is going to support 3 Gbps, guys, this is the beauty of that. So in case if you want to know more about this access point, you can just go here And you can see here there is a wall mount. And also if you want to see the specifications of this access point, you can do that. And it's going to support 254 users. Wow, it's a very big number, guys. And again, it's going to per radio is 127. Per radio is nothing but if you have a 2.4 and 5 gigahertz, there is a two radios. 2.4 it's go with 127 and 5 gigahertz is going to support 127. And one more interesting thing is that it has comes with 5 LAN ports, guys. So especially if you have a customers, if they want to use it as a switch, they can use it also. That's the beauty of that. It's going to act as an access point and it has a 5 LAN ports. You can use it to connect your printers or desktops, laptops. In case if you want to connect, you can connect it directly. So that's the beauty of that. And again, if you guys see here, this is going to require a power PoE plus. So if you are going to .AF and AT technology, as you know that .AF is nothing but below 15.4, .AT is nothing but below 30 watts. So this is required PoE plus power. So be careful, guys, whenever you are going to suggest to your customer, these are the things are very important to consider. So this is what the complete portfolio of DrayTek, and we have a routers and we have a switches and we have access points. So based on your requirement, you can choose it. And also one more interesting thing, guys, if you see here, there is a software tools in case if you want to download the smart VPN client, or in case if you want to download the Vigor Connect, or in case if you want to download the utilities. Utilities is nothing but in case your DrayTek router got crashed due to some reasons. So what you can do, guys, there is a firmware upgrade utility is there. Just download this, and through the firmware upgrade utility, you can just upgrade the firmware. Because I used to get a calls whenever I'm sitting in a tag. Sometimes some people, they used to tell, unfortunately, I'm not able to access the DrayTek router. What can I do? So you can just download this. Then after that, through the software, what you can do, you can upload the firmware to your DrayTek router. So that's the beauty of that. So in case if you want to install Vigor Connect, you can directly connect. You can just directly download from here. So in case if you want to download the smart VPN client, you can download from there. So this is what the overview about the DrayTek portfolio, guys. Yeah. So in the website itself, you have a complete information. You can just open the www.draytek.com. From there, you can download the latest firmwares. From there, you can able to see the specifications of each and every device. So that's the beauty of DrayTek. So now move back to my slides. So now today our main topic is that overview on DrayTek Vigor2866. So this DrayTek router, most probably as a partners, most of them you work on the DrayTek, but I just want to give you some glimpse, guys. Okay, most of the guys, maybe this router exactly where it's going to fit, who is the targeted people, because it's very important for us. Why? Because at the end of the day, whatever traffic which is going to the internet, it will pass through your router. So that's why in DrayTek, we have a different models are there, which is going to fit according to your customers. That's why, guys, keep in your mind, whenever you are going to suggest your customers for the router, make sure that you need to ask the basic questions. Like you need to ask him, sir, how many users are there? Because we have a different models, which is having a different specifications, which is going to fit according to the customer requirement. You cannot give the same router for everyone. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys, we have a huge portfolio, especially in the routers, and each router, it has a different specifications. So you need to choose according to your customer, like which is the suitable and best for their customer requirement. So at the end of the day, it has to fulfill. Otherwise, what it's going to happen, the router is keep on getting hang, and maybe it's going to reboot because you didn't give the right router to your customer. Due to that, the customer is going to get a lot of panic, and after that customer will tell you, man, I'm not happy about your services. So it's always important. So before we are going to talk this 2866, just have a see the features, then after that we will see who is the target. So the first one is that Vigor2866 series is a dual WAN firewall router. So here they mention like a firewall router. So firewall router is nothing but it has some features like web filtering, content filtering, application filtering, DNS filtering. So some of the features which is going to support in the DrayTek, guys. That's why we can call it as a firewall router. The next one is that it has one G.fast supported DSL WAN. So I'm not going to talk about this G.fast, guys. Why? Because in Middle East, mostly we are going to use the broadband connection. So that by directly the Ethernet port that we are going to connecting to our router directly. So this is especially the people who is going to use the DSL and all, if they are expecting the similar speed, like what the fiber is going to give you, the G.fast is the feature which is going to give you 1 Gbps is the speed. Okay, and also you can see here, there is a one configurable Ethernet WAN. So mostly in the Middle East, in Dubai, that we are going to use Ethernet WAN. so that we can connect directly the WAN connection to one of the Ethernet port. Then either we can configure PPPoE connection, or you are going to configure DHCP. Sometimes service provider will tell you, you can directly connect to your router, then you will get the internet. You don't need to do anything. So which means our DrayTek router is going to act as a DHCP client, and service provider is going to act as a DHCP server. And next one is that sometimes service provider is going to tell you, I'm going to give you the IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, preferred DNS, and alternate DNS. So that time what you can do, you can just configure manually. So this is like a static configuration. So in Middle East, mostly you will get from Etisalat or do, either it's a PPPoE connection, or you are going to get a DHCP connection, or you are going to get a static. So these three we are going to support, and we are going to use the Ethernet WAN. And also there is a built-in DSL modem, which is backward compatible for VDSL. So in case if the customer tried to go for DSL or ADSL connections, then we are going to support the VDSL as well. So that's what, because nowadays we don't use it in Dubai. So maybe in other countries, if they require the DSL or ADSL or VDSL connection, yes, your DrayTek router is ready for it. And again, Vigor2866 series provides load balancing and failover for your business continuity. This is one of the very interesting feature, guys. And also this router, it has a 3G or 4G USB dongle support. So that if you want, you can connect it, and you can terminate your internet connection, and all together it does the load balancing. So that's the beauty of that. So that, you know, if one connection is down without you notice, then automatically the other connection is going to take care, and you have a continuity for your business, so that you will never feel that your internet is down. And also there is it's going to support VPNs, because as you know that DrayTek is nothing but it's a VPN. It's a VPN router. So we are very stable and very standard, and we are going to support all open standard protocols in the DrayTek. And QoS. So the QoS is nothing but quality of service. So if you want to prioritize particularly some applications, you can apply the QoS. That's the beauty of that. Route policy. So route policy is nothing but it's very interesting, guys. Let's say if you have 2 internet connections, or if you have a multiple VPNs and all, so that you can define whenever the traffic coming from user VLAN. So this traffic, I want to use WAN 1 as an internet connection, so that I can able to define the route policy. When the traffic coming from inside my users, always it has to go through WAN 1. Let's say when the guest is going to come to my network, the traffic should go from WAN 2. And some particular traffic I want to pass through my VPN. You can do it according to your choice. You can route your traffic either WAN 1 or WAN 2 or VPN. That's completely your choice. So that's the beauty of that. And again, the firewall features, guys, which is content filtering, application filtering, web content filtering, DNS filtering. These are all we are going to support it. And bandwidth management. This is one of the very interesting feature, guys. So in case if you want to segregate your bandwidth, and you just want to prioritize to your employees, and you want to specify each and every employee to get this much bandwidth, or else if the guest is going to come to your network, and you want to specifically, you want to define that he want to use only 500 kbps is the bandwidth for upload and download, so that you can define it. So according to your choice, you can choose, like you can manage your complete bandwidth, because at the end of the day, we need to prioritize to our employees. So whoever is working in the organization, they should have a complete bandwidth. So whoever comes as a guest, so that we don't want to allow to access the social media or some other websites, streaming websites, because unnecessarily what they are going to do, they are going to utilize the complete bandwidth. So to avoid that, we are going to apply the bandwidth management. And captive portal, guys, in case if you want to, especially to increase your business continuity, like, whenever somebody comes to your office, or maybe in the shopping malls and all, we just want to send the captive portal, because when the people trying to access the internet, then we are going to just open one captive portal, then we will send some advertisements, so that we are going to tell so and so offers are there. So in case if you are going to purchase this much and you are going to get this much discount, so that we can just, do some promotional. So that's the purpose of your captive portal. And a lot more features are there, guys. Now just I am talking about the few features which is very helpful for the customers. And also this series has a inbuilt 11.ax. So that is the beauty of that Wi-Fi 6, which is going to support. So as you know that the Wi-Fi 6 is one of the best technology, especially for the wireless. So why it's the best means, so in case in the olden days, whenever you see that, so the channel width, which is going to use it for every frame, whenever it's forwarding from source to destination until the, for example, the users, they are going to send the HTTP traffic, voice traffic, streaming traffic, maybe FTP traffic. There is a multiple traffic. So until the first user is going to finish, the second user is going to start. But whereas Wi-Fi 6, it's going to create multiple streams, and at a time you can send all your traffic, so that it will create like a multiple paths. So that if you see on the road, we have a multiple roads, so that people can travel at a time. So that's the beauty of that. The Wi-Fi 6 is going to give you that much facility for you guys. So you guys can see here, it's going to support G.fast. So just now I discussed about, this is related to your DSL, and you are going to configure up to 32 VPN tunnels, guys. That's the beauty of that. And it's going to have up to 60,000 concurrent sessions, and it's recommended for 30 clients. So this is what very important, guys. Everybody has to know about it. So this router especially is recommends for, if you have a below 30 users, then this is the best router. So this is what exactly it's going to support. And AX3000, which is going to have a delivers link up to 3 Gbps. And you can see here, there is a DSL port is there. In case if you want to connect your internet through DSL, you can do that. And again, if you see here, there's a WAN 2 port. And again, if you see, guys, they written their P6. In case if you want to use it as a LAN port, you can use it. And there is a 2 USB ports are there. So these 2 USB ports, we can use it for 3G or 4G USB dongles. You can connect it directly. So again, from P1 to P5, it's dedicatedly, there is a LAN ports. So that's the beauty of that, guys. So that if you have a small deployment, if the customer don't want to buy any switch or anything, you can see here, there is a port number 1 to port number 5. You can connect the computer or printer, whatever network device, if you just connect it. And even you can terminate your internet connection. And even if you want to configure the VPNs and all, you can do it. So that's the beauty of that. And let's talk about the key features, guys. What are the key features which is going to support? Because once if you understand the key features, then only we can able to understand the customer requirement. Then after that, we can strongly inform to the customer, yes, this router, these are the features which is going to support. And this is how you can grow your business. Yeah, let's go and have a look. So the first one is that load balancing. So the load balancing is nothing but you can combine multiple internet connections, and it's going to act as a single connection. So basically we are going to support IP based and session based. So by default, guys, and because sometimes I used to get calls from the people, they used to tell me, but I'm not able to see the load balance exactly, aggregation, I'm not able to see it, where you are going to enable it. So keep in your mind, guys, if you have a multiple internet connections, you need to select session based, not IP based. Once you select the session based, it's going to aggregate both links, and it's going to act as a single internet connection. So that there, what it will do, the 2 internet connections is going to distribute the sessions, so that you will get a best performance in your router. Then again, hotspot, especially market your business and communication with the guests while offering hospitality in wireless LAN. So especially you can enable the guest portal, so that whoever is going to access your internet, and before they are going to get the internet connection, you will send a nice guest portal. There you can able to advertise your business related things, so that people, they can able to understand. Then after that, you just improve and you can grow your business. So that's what the hotspot is going to work. And again, bandwidth management. So prevent one device using all the bandwidth by bandwidth limit policy. So you can able to define the bandwidth policies, like either session based, you can able to define it, and also you can apply the QoS also, guys. So that the beauty of that, once you apply the bandwidth policies, so the users, you can control them, you can limit them. And especially some users, what they are going to do, they are going to do some peer-to-peer applications, they are going to torrents and all, they are going to install it, and torrents is going to consume more bandwidth, guys. So actually torrents is not important in our organization to downloads and all. So those people, what we can do, we can just apply the restrictions on the sessions. Only these many sessions is allowed, only this much bandwidth is allowed, so that we can restrict those users. On top of that, you can apply the QoS. QoS is nothing but quality of service. Let's say in my organization, most of the time we are going to use Microsoft Teams, so that I am using a couple of video applications for my meetings. So that what you can do, you can just apply the QoS policy, so that you can prioritize your traffic, so that the bandwidth is going to allocate it to whatever you prioritize, so that you can specify that this is my high priority, this is my medium priority, this is my low priority. You can define it. So that's the beauty of that. Again, as I told you guys, VPNs. So we are going to support LAN to LAN VPN and remote dial-in VPN. So LAN to LAN VPN is nothing but in case if a customer has a multiple locations, so they can able to establish a communication between one location to another location. So at the end of the day, the people who is sitting in Dubai, they want to access the resources from Sharjah or Abu Dhabi. Means if you have a company and this company has distributed into multiple locations and you want to make a communication between one location to another location. So that time what you can do, you can simply configure the VPNs between them. Then after that, you can make a communication from one location to another location. So that is called LAN to LAN VPN. And it's very important, guys. One more thing is that most of the people, they used to ask me, and we are going to support hub and spoke. So that is one of the beauty of that one, guys. Instead of creating multiple VPN tunnels and all, you can create hub and spoke. So one of the location, you can make it as a hub, and remaining locations, you can make it as a spokes, so that you no need to make a tunnel between each and every location. So every spoke is going to establish a connection with the hub, and hub is going to talk to all the spokes. So in case if you feel that, man, since you are depending on complete hub, so in case hub is down, then what you are going to do? So simply what you can do, you can take the another firewall, another DrayTek router or firewall, then you can just configure it in the redundancy, so that in case if one is down, other one is going to take care of it. So that's the beauty of that. And again, the remote dial-in VPN, guys. So especially now, anyway, by God grace, the pandemic is over. But before the pandemic, you know that most of the people, they are working from home. So especially the remote dial-in, we are going to use the users who is going to work from the home. So simply what you are going to do, you just install the smart VPN client into their laptop or desktop, and you are going to create the username and password for those users. Then simply you can allow the access to, the internal resources, you just allow them to access it. That's it. That's the beauty of that. And VoIP friendly, guys, and especially DrayTek always will give the first priority or VoIP traffic by default. Automatically the bandwidth is going to reserve for the VoIP. Why? Because you know that VoIP traffic is very sensitive. That's why DrayTek is always give the first priority to the voice. And in case if you want to do a port forwarding and all, you can do it as well. It's very simple and straightforward. Then after that, there is a SSL VPN, guys. So SSL VPN, especially when the people are keep on traveling into different countries and they want to access the resources from their office, yes, you can go with SSL VPN and you can configure it as well. So that's the beauty of SSL VPN. Then next one is that central AP management. So central AP management, as I mentioned to you earlier, guys. So the DrayTek Vigor2866 is going to act as a wireless controller. From there, you can access all your access points and you can maintain and you can monitor it also. So the good thing is that you don't require any controller. So once if you take a DrayTek access points, and those access points you can manage through your Vigor2866 router. So that your 2866 is going to act as a controller. So that whatever profiles you want to configure it, you can configure it from there and you can push to all the access points. So it's like a centralized management, guys. In case if any access point is down, you can able to identify it easily. Then after that, you can just check it, what's the reason. And in case if you added a new access point, you can just push the configuration from your controller. That's the beauty of that. Again, for the firewall and content filter. So as I told you guys, in case if you want to block certain websites, like social media websites or streaming websites or some malicious websites, because we are not sure that, because most of the users, they are sitting in your office and they're trying to access different websites in the internet. So we are not sure that which website is secured or which website is not secured. And sometimes some users, what they're going to do, they're just clicking on some links and they're trying to, download something and they're trying to access some websites, because we are not sure whether it's a legitimate website or it's something, bogus website which is created by hacker. So be careful on that part, so that we cannot monitor each and every user and we cannot go and ask them what websites you are opening and all. So that time what we are going to do, we just apply some web filtering, some application filtering, some DNS filtering. We can apply on your DrayTek router so that it's going to protect. So in case if the user is trying to access some malicious websites, immediately it's going to stop the connection. So your DrayTek router is going to tell you, so hold on, buddy, you're not allowed to access. So that's the beauty of that. Again, for the mesh, this is one of the very interesting, guys. So as I mentioned to you, the mesh, wireless mesh. So in case if you are getting a problem that you are not able to pull the cable, then you can just configure the mesh. So one of the DrayTek access point or DrayTek router is going to act as a root, and remaining is going to act as a node, so that you can able to establish a communication between them. And also in my previous webinars, if you are following that, or if you go through my videos in YouTube, already I have made it for one mesh video, guys. And there is a router app is there especially for wireless, and I use that app and I configured the mesh and root and node and all. It's in the single click you can able to establish a communication between the root AP to your node APs, or else this DrayTek again 2866 is going to act as a root for your mesh networks. So that's the beauty of that. And one more interesting thing, guys, in the DrayTek, that is going to support DrayDDNS. So especially this is very challenging, guys. So especially in Dubai, when you apply for internet connection, most of the customers, they are going to get the dynamic public IP address. So the problem is that the dynamic public IP, we cannot use it for VPNs or for port forwarding. Maybe some of your managers, maybe they want to access their CCTV from outside, or maybe some of the applications you want to allow them to access it. So in case if it is a dynamic public IP, that public IP keep on changing. So that is the problem for us. So that you can configure the DrayDDNS. This is absolutely free for you guys. You just register your appliance through DrayTek management. Then after that, what you can do, you can just register your DrayDDNS, and it's totally free for you. You no need to pay for anything, guys. It's totally free. So that's why most of the customer, they like to take the DrayTek router, because you are going to get one DrayDDNS is free. But if you want to get the DrayDDNS, first of all, you need to register the appliance with the DrayTek portal. So there is a support portal is there. You need to go there and you need to register your appliance. Then after that, you need to enable the DrayDDNS. Yeah, in case if you are not aware of it, how to do this, just you can watch my YouTube videos, then you can get complete idea, guys. Okay, that is the beauty of that. And one more interesting thing I just want to mention, in case if you want to test this web content filtering or application filtering or DNS filtering, once you register your appliance with the DrayTek, then you can enable temporary for 30 days. So if you like, then you can purchase the license. Especially web content filtering, we are going to provide for you with licensing, guys. So in case if you want to acquire a license, and you can, if you want to test before you are going to purchase it, you can proceed for it. And again, there is a central switch management. So how you are going to manage your access points, similarly, you can manage your switches also. So which means that's the beauty of that DrayTek, guys. So you can manage your access points as well as switches from the single dashboard. So that from DrayTek router, which is going to act as a controller for your access points as well as switches, so that you no need to go manually to the specific switch and no need to configure it. So simply what you can do, just log into your DrayTek router. From there, you can access your switch. In case if you want to configure the VLANs, or if you want to do certain changes, you can do it. In case if you want to push some SSIDs to your access points, you can do that. So that's the beauty of that. And also you can see the hierarchy of your switches. And wireless WAN, this is very interesting, guys. If you are going to see it in a last month video, I believe I have released that. And wireless WAN, you can configure it, the wireless WAN, and this is available in AC mode. But in AX, it's not available, guys. It's available in AC. So that, if you have any hotspot, or maybe your neighbor is going to share the wireless, so that wireless, you can configure it as a WAN for your DrayTek router. That's the beauty of that. So especially if you see some of the bachelors who is going to stay there in accommodations and all, so they don't take multiple internet connections. They are going to take one internet connection and everybody is going to use that. So that time, what you can do, just buy this DrayTek router and take the SSID, the wireless SSID, and just you can configure it as a WAN in your DrayTek router. Then after that, the users who is sitting in that specific room, they can have a complete privilege, guys. That's the beauty of that. So the DrayTek router is going to manage only for that particular users, and you are going to use your neighbor internet connection as your WAN connection. So that's the beauty of that. So these are the features, guys, that we are going to offer, especially in the DrayTek. So any questions so far? So if you have any questions, please let me know, guys, so that I'm going to answer it for you. Yeah, you can type it in the chat window in case. Let's go and check it now. And one more thing is that if you want to test the DrayTek products, or if you have any project at the moment, so that you can speak to a respective account manager from DVCOM, and they are going to guide you. Or in case if you want to take a training for DrayTek, and every Saturday I'm available here. so that you guys can visit our office. And before that, you just drop us an email, how many members are going to come and what's your requirement, which project you are going to work, so that I'll be there to help you out. So that, initial stages, if you are struggling somewhere while you are going to configure the DrayTek router or switches or access points, so we are there to help you out. Along with me, Mr. Joman is a senior person in our technical team, and Joman sir is there and he's going to help us out, and I'll be there myself. I'm going to help you out, guys. Yep. Any other questions so far? Yep. Because the thing is that I'm planning to show the demo, but unfortunately the time is not going to permit. And also most of the videos I have prepared, and a couple of videos still, it's maybe by next week you can able to see it in your YouTube channel, guys. So I just show it to you, that YouTube channel as well. Maybe if you get a doubt how to access this YouTube channel and all, let's go and have a look. Okay, let's see here. Just you can type it, guys. There is no rocket science on that. Just go to the YouTube and you just type it here, DVCOM technology. That's the beauty of that. Just type it, DVCOM technology. Then you can see here, there is a YouTube channel. You guys can see here, these are the 2866ax router. So I have a couple of videos which I given to my marketing team. They already posted, guys. I think some other videos also it's going to come very soon, because I have given all videos which is related to 2866ax. So there is a lot of DrayTek videos which I made it, guys. So in case some customer, especially some of our partners, they used to ask me, we need a VPN videos and all. So already I uploaded those videos also. I have given in long back, so that you can go through it. So this is the best place where you can go and see the complete videos. And moreover, this is like a live scenarios, guys, because I'm not taking any screenshots or anything, and directly I'm preparing with the live devices. So in front of me, if you see here, this is my 2866ax router. So this is the one, 2866ax router. It has a LAN ports, and it has a DSL port, and it has a WAN port. So that's the beauty of that. And you can see here, there is a 2 USB ports, so that you can directly connect to your 3G or 4G USB dongle. Then you can use it. Yeah. Any other questions, guys, so far? So if you have any question, please let me know, so that I'm going to answer it for you. Noel, I believe there is no questions. Yeah. I think your system got mute. Why? Because it went to the, yeah, I just
I
muted.
think, yeah, so I think that's the end of the session. I hope everyone understood what Mr. Shikhar sir was talking about. Vigor2866. So if you have any further doubt, like he mentioned before, you can send an email or contact us directly. You can get our contact number through you can just type DVCOM technology in Google, and we are there over there. And then if you have, he has recently did a few videos regarding this 2866ax, and it's there in our YouTube channel, and more videos of it will be coming soon. And yeah, I hope you all understood. I hope you had a great time. Thank you all for joining. Take care.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.